first thing we're going to do is the prone leg length indicator. So I'm going to separate the feet about 14 inches, press out against my hands, and then distract and bring them together. And a right short leg. Then I'm going to come to the trap fiber analysis. Point 7 is going to be in the acromial V. Point 1 is going to be at the TVP of T1. I'm going to palpate the points, and he's going to tell me which one is the most tender. And then you correlate that to the trap fiber analysis chart, and then find which spinous is most tender, and then adjust at that segment using a knife edge contact. Unless it's cervical, and then you do the figure 8. Okay, now we're going to do some heel tension. Okay, so push on the feet, and we're feeling for which one is more restricted. And another indicator is which Achilles tendon is thicker and tender, which the right one should be on the short leg, which it is. Okay. Now, the atlas dural subluxation. Can I have you look right, center, left, center? And we're feeling for the legs to lift on the side that he turns his head to. And if it doesn't, then you do the little hairy birds, or long, little hairy, yeah, little hairy birds. So you start with a long leg and you distract while they look right and left, and then you do that with the short leg, and then you do heel tension on both. Yeah, while having them look right, center, and left. And then you recheck for the lifting of the leg. Now I'm going to check for crest and dollar sign. May I expose your back? Okay, so you come in at L4, and first you do the Davis stretch and press with your thumbs to see which side is thicker. The thicker side is the major side, and that's the one that's more activated. The other side is asleep. And then if you can't see it, or if the patient doesn't feel that it's tender, you can use the Davis contractile, which is the 4 fingers, and pushing it in. So that's crest, and then the dollar sign. You start at the PSISs, go 2-inch lateral, 3 inches down, and you're feeling for which is squishier, and that would be the minor side, and the firmer side is the major. Stop that. Okay, and then we do some sweep blocking, and this is passive. So since you had a short right leg, we're going to, I think that's clockwise, I don't know what a clock is. Bend leg, put this at the greater trochanter, pointing obliquely superior. And we're going to put this at the ASIS, pointing obliquely downwards so that they're facing each other. And the first thing I'm going to do is check the leg lengths to make sure that the right leg is not getting shorter. Because if it is, then you need to pull the blocks out and redo it because something's wrong. So while we're here, we can...
Three rules.
Oh, so 3 rules for blocking. Just major side first, never adjust over a block, and never move a block to adjust. So if he had a crest sign, then you would correct this. You adjust the major side first, and that was the right side. So you do a crest roll and an ish tube toggle. And if he had a dollar sign, you would adjust the major side with a, let's see, this would be a PSIS toggle and a glute scoop on the, no, that's not right. Yeah, that's right. Glute scoop on the other side. And then we check sacral base, so you come to the L5 spinous with your fingers pointing towards the head. Have the patient cough. So my hand came straight up, which is a sacral base positive. Sacral base negative would be towards the head. Sacral base neutral would be a combination of the two. And then for a positive, you would move the block up so that they're both at the ASIS. For neutral, they would be in between the ASIS and the greater trochanter, and for negative, they would be at the greater trochanters bilaterally pointing up. And then to correct for that, you press on the sacral apex or the sacral base, depending on which one you have. That's all I'm going to say for that. And now for vasomotor. So you can feel for heat or moistness. It's really gross. And then you check for spinous process tenderness, and you find the most superiorly tender spinous. You correlate that with the cervical vertebrae and the trap fiber analysis thing, and you can spy on that cervical vertebra while you're pressing superiorly at the inferior tip of the spinous process. And you just do that until you feel tackiness under your fingers or sweating, and that's the vasomotor response. And then you can go ahead and adjust that with a knife edge toggle contact.